I'm going to mute mine
Hello,
for a minute.
welcome to Natural Remedies, making shelter and camping skills. That's what I've titled it. Yes. Okay, I'm waiting on YouTube here. Okay. I look weird with my headphones half on here, but I won't be able to hear children over here. I woke up this morning to them about to kill each other, so that was fun. And then the cat uh, decided to knock off the lava lamp and the TV in the kids' room. So, yay, thank you, Skittles. Bad kitty. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Okay, I'm got my first thing here. Screen sharing. Okay, here we go. Let me present. Maybe. There we go. Okay, Indian tobacco. I bet y'all heard of that, ain't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know Indian tobacco.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Is it still showing the page?
Yeah, Minnesota Wildflowers, a guide to
Okay.
floral Minnesota.
Where is it?
Indian tobacco,
I got the stuff wrote
Lobelia,
down.
inflata.
That's where you are.
It's antispasmodic, emetic, expectorant, nervine, and relaxant. It's so delicate to see in nature. However, the energy it gives off to me, it's the person that wrote it saying this, is not delicate and not meek at all. It gives off energy of pure strength and intelligence, known as the thinking herb by some herbalists. Oh, honey, by some herbalists. Dr. Christopher, I don't know who that is, but anyway, added it to a formula has a way has a way of thinking their healing is needing. I don't know what the hell I've copied here. Hang on, I read it, but anyway, it's the way this person talks. It's gives off a lot of energy. The plant does. And it's known for its value in respiratory healing, in part due to its antispasmodic actions and its expectorant effects. Traditionally, it has been used for asthma, bronchitis, and pneumonia. Native Americans relieve these conditions by smoking it, which is why it's known as Indian tobacco. These beneficial effects on the respiratory system can also be achieved by drinking the tea, making or taking an encapsulated form or tincture drops. Other traditional uses for it are using a poultice for boils, bruises, bites, and stings, poison ivy rash, and other skin irritants. So, yeah, I'll post these links to my Google, and forgive the kids for being really loud right now for some reason. So, anyway, yeah. God damn it. Where am I at here? Hello. Hey guys in the chat there. Anybody got anything to say about that herb?
Well, it sounds like they meant thinking herb. Maybe it knows, like what's ailing you. Specifically goes to that. I don't know what that guy was trying to say.
I know that was me. I got a bit confused there. Like, what was he trying to say? I don't know.
Maybe thinking herb is something like a mental booster or stimulant.
Yeah,
a mind stimulant.
Okay.
I seen what else I had wrote here. Forgot about it.
Because that's what's so appealing about cigarettes that aren't
that's
organic.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Yes, the uses of it just keep getting better when we take a look at how beneficial it can be for people overcoming addictions. I knew there was something there about that. Yeah, it contains an alkaloid called Lobelia, Lobeline. It's very similar to nicotine. It works to block the effects of nicotine, making it useful in helping to quit smoking. It also blocks the effects of amphetamine and opioids. This makes it extremely important in investigating the uses of it as treatment for opiate addiction as well as methamphetamine addiction. Sorry if I... St. John's wort is an excellent herb to add to that as well, and add milk thistle to help detoxify chemicals from drugs from the liver. That's what they should be giving people instead of this methadone shit. It's something like this.
Oh yeah.
Instead, they keeping these people
And
hooked
it
on
helps your lungs as
that.
it's helping you stop smoking at the same time.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna have
that's
to
great.
look into that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I wonder if I could find the seeds for it and grow it.
you probably
Yeah,
could.
'cause
I'd say you could.
I'm
Yeah,
in Minnesota, so
yeah,
I could possibly grow it. I wonder
yeah.
if
You probably
there's
could.
regulations on mailing plants.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
classified as
I know
wild.
we bought some Java moss from Thailand once, and it was snagged and customs didn't let it come into the country. So, but that was an international thing. You would think that within the states it wouldn't be a big deal, unless they consider it to be like an invasive species of sorts to an area that it's not known. But it wouldn't be considered
Yeah,
that for Minnesota, so I don't see why I wouldn't be able to grow
it
it
grows
here.
wild. So
Yeah,
no.
growing up parks in the woods.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Okay. I mean that is something they should be using instead of that other things they use like the methadone and that stuff's fucking bad for you.
You almost
Or
wonder
it'll
if
kill
things
you.
like methadone aren't actually derived from some of these plants to
It's
begin with.
synthetic. I mean, the Nazis came up with it, so because
I
all
don't
their
know what
their
methadone
soldiers
is.
their soldiers were addicted to drugs and come up with that to get them
All
off
I
of
know, my
get them
husband
hooked on
takes
that.
people to the methadone clinic all the time, and it's like a huge business down here.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it's bad. So, I mean,
I almost wonder if there's a class action lawsuit against the makers of these fucking opiate drugs. They knew when they were prescribing these things out there are highly addictive. A lot of them were supposedly misleading their doctors or other misleading doctors into thinking they weren't as addictive as they actually really are.
yeah.
And you almost wonder if there's like a class action lawsuit against some of these drug manufacturers, and if there isn't, there
Yes.
should be.
Oh yes, there should be. Yes, definitely. Because there's
Well,
natural remedies for all this
yeah,
shit, and they know it, and they're
this
feeding them this crap.
yeah, long-term pain management is a problem, and yeah, they
And they
don't.
keep these people hooked on it. There's people that's been going 30 and 40 years taking this
I've
stuff.
I've done long-term pain management. I have Ehlers-Danlos and lupus, and I dislocate my knees and ankles, and I have a shit ton of fucking allergies and a bunch of uh, just other issues. And I thank God I'm allergic to these fucking opiates and shit. I can't take pain medicine. I can't take it at all. I can't tolerate even Tylenol. I can't do ibuprofen. I'm allergic to ibuprofen. I'm allergic to so much stuff. And I use acupuncture. I use acupressure. I use massage. I actually took a biofeedback class on learning how my own body posture and
Oh
positioning
yeah,
and
I know somebody who
unspoken
used to
signals
teach that.
contributed to my own pain. And I took a class on mindfulness and stress management, and I've
Yes.
always been lucky because we have an okay healthcare system where I'm at, and they're not real quick they don't really hand these pain medicines out to people around my area. Well, not the area I'm in now. I don't know about this area now, but where I came from originally, it wasn't common to go to the doctor and get a prescription of pain medicine. Now you go to the doctor, and that's the only thing they give
No,
you.
that's what I was gonna say. Exactly. Yeah.
I went to one doctor and she's like, "You're depressed. Here's some antidepressants." And I'm like, "You're fucking psychotic. I'm not even here
Oh
to
shit.
see you. What the fuck? And who are you? I don't even know you. You're not my doctor. And how can you look at me
What
when
the
you talk
hell?
knowingly and say that I'm depressed? I'm not depressed. I fucking dislocated my ankle. I'm
No
in
shit.
pain, but whatever.
My
I'll be
ankle's
all right. Don't
dislocated.
worry about it."
No, I mean your ankle's dislocated, but you need antidepressants.
Yes, I'm serious.
What the hell?
They wanted to give me antidepressants for my ankle. She's like, "Oh, I'm not convinced that your ankle's as injured as you say it is. I'm sure you could walk on it if you weren't depressed." Oh, it's depression. All right. Well, how about you do this? How about you go look up
I would,
Ehlers-Danlos
yeah, I
and
would
then
just
tell me what
walk
you
right
think.
out of there.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do. I do. I've done it lots of times. Get up and walk out of the
Uh,
clinics, but whatever. I'm just saying around here, it's not. In the day, it wasn't really common to have these doctors hand off freaking pain
Oh
meds
yeah.
like
Oh
left and
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays, they are, and there's a new one that's even stronger than Oxycontin. I forgot what
Yeah.
it's called. It's brand new, and they're saying that this one is X amount of times more addicting than the oxys, and
Yes.
this stuff's now being widespread across the nation, and they know this is addicting, and they know. So why isn't there class action lawsuits against these medications? There should be. There's a
Oh yeah.
one against Accutane and some of these other ones. What was the Neurontin was one that they had a class action lawsuit against and tried to get that one blacklisted or black labeled or whatever they call that. And people still hand this shit out. You know, these doctors are still prescribing these blacklisted medications. People have to do their own homework. They really have to know what they're putting in their bodies. The doctor's not going to be honest with them and hand them what they need, a prescription
Right.
for physical therapy, you know? They don't want physical therapy. They want the pills. They don't want to be personally responsible for
Well,
their own pain
they
management.
also want to label people with mental illness because then
Yeah.
that keeps them from owning guns and stuff
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So then
Okay.
you come in and are you depressed? And then boom, now you're labeled for life
Yeah.
because you
Here's
got the
another.
prescription.
I'm
Yeah.
labeled for life. I'm labeled as incorrigible. They actually put that in my medical records.
Okay. Let's move
I,
to the next one here, y'all. Wild bergamot, purple Bee-Balm. Um, its leaves and flowers and stems can be are used in alternative medicine as an antiseptic, carminative, diuretic, and stimulant. An infusion is medicinal used internally in the treatment of colds, Catarrh. I don't know how to say that. The uh, headaches and gastric disorders. To reduce low fevers and soothe sore throat. To relieve gas, nausea, menstrual pain, and insomnia. So there's another something for insomnia. Uh, Externally, it's used as a medicinal application for skin eruptions and infections. It's got a pleasant aroma and it's usually Pennyroyal. Okay. The medicinal tea. To 1 teaspoon dried herb and 1 cup boiling water. Steep 10 minutes. Sweeten to taste. Take at bedtime. It was used extensively by Native Americans who recognized 4 varieties that had different odors. It's a also used it's a sweat inducer for ceremonial sweat lodges. Ooh, so that's neat. Hey, have y'all ever heard of that?
no, I don't think so.
Used it in sweat lodges, so I thought that was pretty interesting. There.
Yeah, 10 years ago we had a real American Indian lived here, and he had a sweat lodge. Literally just 2 lots over from me right now.
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh, click the wrong button.
but then you have to be careful with those. But yeah, to get the toxins out of your body and yeah,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
dirt, yeah, that would help
yeah.
to keep.
Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Find this other one here.
Okay, when you get your first turn, go hard on it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. uh, yeah. Uh, that's okay. Mm, okay. Here we go. Have y'all heard of the skullcap plant?
Which one?
Mad
Oh,
dog
Skullcap.
skullcap.
Yeah, I have, but I can't remember what it does.
Let's see. Um, it's I got a notepad here. It's a alterative, antispasmodic, diuretic, a sedative, a tonic, a nervine, and slightly astringent. It grows in rich woods. It's damp, rich woods, moist thickets, meadows, and riversides from Connecticut south to Florida and Texas. Indigenous to North America. Sorry. It's an infusion of it is good for spasms and convulsions for nervous conditions. Has a calming effect on the body, such as excitability, insomnia, hysteria, convulsions, tremors, epilepsy, hypertension, bedwetting, restlessness, stress, and general restlessness. And it's been recommended for rheumatism, rickets, palsy, neural.
Oh, I need all of that.
Yeah.
Well, scroll back up. Can you
Huh?
scroll back up? Can you
Oh,
scroll
which one?
back up on the
Hang on.
page?
Which one? This? Here?
Just a
Scroll
little
down.
bit more. I missed it.
This?
Thank you. Yep, that.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm copying it, that's why.
Oh, okay. I'll be posting this stuff. I'll give you the links for it. Oh, this? On my note. Can you see my notepad? Or
No, I don't see the notepad.
okay, good. I didn't know if it was in it or not. Neuralgia, Coria. It's spelled weird. Can't pronounce some of these words. Snake bites, poison insect bites, delirium tremens, cremant, for cramping, and it's been given to recovering alcoholics suffering from withdrawal symptoms. There's another one for addiction. Also for for nervousness, I guess. What we were talking about before, what they give you for mental disorders and stuff, the Prozac and all that stuff like that.
It's like fluoride base.
Yeah, fluoride
I
pills.
might be able to find that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Now that I know what it looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty common. Yeah.
In Texas.
The one what I use the most for myself personally is marigold. I do a lot of marigold. I drink it for fevers and cramps and period and pain, and it's multi-purpose. Helps with calming and relaxing, and mix a little bit of that with some valerian, and you got yourself a nice sleepy time tea.
Lately, I've been very calm, so I'm lucky. But there was a time in my life I could have really used it.
I use it mostly for menstrual cramping and female reproductive pain.
Yes.
That's what I use it for mostly. And I grow it year round, and I grow it indoors, and I put it in a sunny window in the winter, and I put it outside in the summer. And marigold seeds are like a quarter, maybe.
Yes. Mama grows them all the time.
I always plant it around my tomatoes because it keeps insects at home.
That's what I was going to
Yes,
say.
that's why we have it out by our tomatoes right now too.
Yeah.
I'm going to have
called
to get right back.
intergrowing.
My dog ran out to chase some bugs.
But it smells delicious too. It's not that it's not just tastes good, I mean, it's good. It's sweet. It's got a natural sweetness.
Yeah.
I found it from a girlfriend of mine when I married my husband in 1998. We went on a mission to find all the Minnesota edible flowers we could. So we had a spring wedding, and we decorated our wedding cake with edible flowers. And instead of all the weird frosting, and we did a little bit of frosting and stuff on the wedding cake, but we didn't do all the big flowered frostings, and because it's just
Yeah.
not us. We
Yeah.
had candied flowers,
Yeah.
and we took egg whites and sugar and painted it on to the petals and dried the
Yeah.
flowers and then dusted them with a light coating of sugar and then used them as decoration on the
Yeah.
cake and then ate the flowers.
Yeah.
And so I learned of which flowers were edible for my
Yeah.
area. Well, not all of them, but just the ones that
Yeah.
were local to me at that time.
Right.
And ever since then, I've been eating marigolds. They turned out to be my favorite. Pansies are okay too, but
Yes.
they're kind of bitter.
Yeah,
Marigolds
they
are
are.
very sweet. They're
Yeah.
naturally really sweet,
Yes.
and you don't even have to add the honey.
I remember eating them when I was a kid, actually, too. Yeah.
Yeah, hello everybody. I've got a question there for
Hello.
you, Shannon. Hiya, it's
Hello.
Hi.
Foxy here. I'm coming from the perception of a woman that's been on medication for years for complex disabilities, and I've got a question for you, Shannon, if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
You seem to be experienced in taking these natural remedies and the herbs, and have you studied quite a long time knowing which is beneficial for
Yes.
your health?
Yes, I
Okay.
have. I at one point in life was going to go to the Natural College of Medicine here in Minnesota, Chinese acupuncture, acupressure, and herbology. I studied many, many years before, but I wound up getting sick and I didn't go very far in school after that. But at one point I was going to transfer into naturopathic medicine.
Hmm.
So,
Did you train in it? Sorry, did you say?
not officially, no. No, I
Okay.
self-educated, trial and error,
Yes.
guinea pigging, finding out I'm allergic to a whole bunch of shit like milk
Mm-hmm.
thistle.
Yeah, yeah,
It's supposed to be
yeah,
good
Yeah.
for your
yeah, yeah,
liver, but I can't
yeah.
take it. I'm allergic to it. I found out the hard way
She did.
by
Because I'm
eating it
coming
and
from.
trying it.
That's why I asked, because Rebecca knows. Hello, Firecat, and hello, Rebecca,
Hello.
and in the chat. I'm coming from the perception, because the cost element, if one gets these kind of remedies, and especially the flower remedies in, say, for a health food shop, they're extremely expensive. And
Exactly.
yeah, and in UK there's a system like a benefit system, and one is extremely limited if one is in income and already has complex disabilities and years on mainstream medication, which are chemicals really. Then one has to be extremely careful, because I'd like to add that point, anyone listening, to
Yes.
coming off those medications, and the side effects are transforming, because eventually the body will adapt to the more of a natural and beneficial health aspect of the herbs. But because I, for example, know about John's wort, various other, I tend to mix and match carefully with herbal remedies I use myself. For example, devil claw for pain relief, natural pain.
Yes.
You can get
Yes.
it in tablet or gel form. The lavender gel I use for burns or for healing of the joints, and can be expensive
And I
too.
use aloe for that. I do
Yeah,
freeze-dried aloe vera root extract for
yeah.
that. And
Now,
that's cheaper. It's a lot.
what
I
I'd
don't
like,
know what it is, what price range or difference is, but aloe vera
it,
is pretty cheap and you can grow your own aloe
yeah.
vera in
If
your
you don't mind
house.
me,
Yeah.
let me finish
Yes.
here, Shannon. If you don't mind me, let me just finish my
Sorry,
sentence. Then
sorry,
I'll
sorry.
by all means listen to you. Thank you. What is obviously is great hearing this. And by the way, well done, Rebecca, for the show. It's very informative, because there's a lot of research one needs to do, but then there's a lot of people in my situation. Maybe I'm not presuming anyone similar to me, but maybe have limited resource, don't have the ability to research, because they just haven't got the help to do that, and it's a struggle to survive anyway with the
Right.
complex disabilities. So it's very great when there is people like yourselves and the people who do the research, post it online, and we can find it and see what works. But then it's saving up what spare cash one has to actually access these kind of remedies, because you're talking in UK terms. I don't know if you know the currency, but £13 for a bottle of about 90 tablets of devil claw. That could last me, say, if I take 3 a day, that's morning, lunch, and evening, and it takes weeks for it to get into the body system, alongside with the mainstream medication like diazepam is for panic attacks. That is used for other things too. You got, there's a whole list of about many
Yes.
medications. Now, I know for a fact that it's just pure chemicals, and the biggest thing I am doing is a major detox, but I also have to be careful I don't go in total meltdown in my body.
Right.
So, and that's why I'm coming to add into this conversation, because yes, it's great to go on to this pathway of journey, but also it's trying to know also everyone's different how they can go about this, and as you just said, Shannon, it is personal experiences, isn't it, and how it works.
Well, it's also important to know what class the plant fits into, because like
Definitely.
I'm allergic to cucumbers, I'm allergic to ragweed, I'm allergic to anything that fits into the ragweed family. So there's certain natural medicines that are going to work for somebody else, but if I try it, I may have an anaphylactic reaction and I
Yeah,
could possibly die. So
absolutely.
allergies are serious things. You
Oh,
got to
yes.
really
Yes.
know. I mean, you can't just go gambling, and because you could take something and it could be in the ragweed
Yes.
family and you don't know
Always
that
do
it's
your
in the ragweed
research before
family,
you
and
even
now
say
you're having an
Yes,
allergic reaction.
yes.
So
yeah,
devil's claw may work for you and aloe vera may work for somebody else, and there's a variety of different things that are
yeah,
regional and local to your native habitat. And I think we should all mostly stick within our own backyards and eat from our own
yes,
Yes.
area.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we should now my area might not be a rich
yes,
source for devil's claw, but boy, I sure can
yeah.
really grow some aloe here.
Mm.
And so this is, or
Yes.
Oh,
actually
yeah,
Yes.
my backyard,
yeah.
well, not my area for aloe, that's more of a Texas kind
And
of, or
the diet, because if you don't mind me saying, you can add these things into your food, in
Yes.
your
Yes.
diet.
Yes.
Because if you cannot tolerate or the tablet format, or even in smoothies, you can ingest this into
Yes.
your a smoothie, because that's what I'm experimenting on.
Mm.
And I've got a whole selection of seal, KELP herbs, and
kelp.
then yeah, that's it. And that's like for low iron
It's a great source
levels.
of iodine too, and it helps prevent against radiation, and it protects the thyroid. And people should eat kelp as
Yeah.
often as they can anyway. That should be
Mhm.
something that's just part of your diet. And
And you got various drops that one can get as well. I mean, I've got
right,
whole loads of
Yeah.
different drops. And you
Yes.
could insert that into like a juice if one has that too. It's all different ways, as well as eating, digesting, whatever suitable for one's lifestyle. But unfortunately, what I'd just like to add, and I'll just end there, is that a lot of people do not have the physical ability, again because of their restrictions and disability, or because they don't have the friends family to help to
Right.
grow anything inside, or they don't have a garden and they live in a built up area. So
Right.
there are different circumstances to people's
Yes.
not everybody's the same in that
right.
That's
you know.
right.
It's a
So
personalized struggle for everyone, I think,
yeah,
It
across the
is.
board. We all
yeah.
struggle with our limitations on how we access these things. And the price is a big factor for everyone, I think.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
There's like organic cider vinegar. So many good sources you can use that for. Not just like, I'm not trying to go off topic here, but that's like a natural remedy for
For
like some
everything.
people. Yeah,
You can
yeah.
even you can even clean your toilet with it and get rid of your
What
athlete's foot and lose weight.
what was it?
Raw
it's
apple cider vinegar.
Oh yes, oh
yeah.
yes. There's many uses for that. Yes.
Everything.
If one has a dental problem, i.e., like
Or dandruff.
aloe vera mouthwash and toothpaste. It's more expensive, which is frustrating, but it's
Mhm.
more healthier. And then you got your
Yeah.
natural sea salt with warm water, which acts also. And then the silver spray
Yeah.
you can get as well. So
Royal
just
silver. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Carry on. I'll
Yes.
listen.
Okay. Here, the next one here, peppermint. That's what it. Well, I guess most people knows what it looks like. It's a flowering perennial. Grows 12 to 35 inches in height. It's native to Europe, and it's actually a native hybrid of spearmint and watermint. I didn't know that. It's easy to grow in moist soil and is commonly cultivated around the world for its many applications in food and medicine. Medicinally, it's been approved in Germany for supporting the gastrointestinal tract as well as the gallbladder bile ducts for healthy bowel function also, and it can be used for aromatherapy, helping to support the upper respiratory system for brief periods during times of need. Um, Small amounts of peppermint essential oils can cleanse the spiritual bodies and increase attunement with the soul so that intuitive awareness increases. Fears may also be minimized, especially those having to do with motion. You know, like you get scared when you're flying or riding bus or train or whatever. It's particularly good oil when there is resistance to learn a new subject or to move in a new direction. It cools and calms the mind and eliminates the fear of the unknown. And it's also used as massage oil after workout. So it refreshes the skin too. So there,
Oh, that's good.
that's that's pretty good stuff there.
Oh, they have to get it.
Yeah,
I know it's a stimulant. I mean, the smell makes you
yeah,
more active.
yeah, yeah. That got into more of the spiritual stuff. Also, there's some like that one they use in the sweat lodges. You know,
Yeah, if you do the right combination,
yeah,
you do have your mind awakens, it expands.
yeah. But I didn't know it was a cross between the spearmint and the
Watermint? I've never heard of
watermint.
watermint
I hadn't either. I see, learn something new every day.
because I know they
Yeah,
make like chocolate mint and lemon
yeah,
mint. They do all different kinds.
yeah.
But yeah, just to have a lot of that drying in your
Yeah.
house, it would fill your house, a bunch of different herbs and stuff. And in the olden days, they always had right in the middle of
Mhm.
the table, they called them
Yeah.
bitters, but an
Yeah.
assortment of herbs because they knew,
Yeah.
they probably knew which did what. It's just
Right. Right.
commonplace, the medicine and all the
Yeah.
table.
Let's see. Last one. Oh shit. Got the click. Okay. Okay. Pennyroyal. I probably heard of this. Um, there. Let's see. It's aromatic, the solitary annual plant. It grows 16 inches high, bears small, opposite thin, ovate leaves, which are sparingly toothed. It's just describing the plant here. It grows between June to October. The whole plant has a pleasant aromatic odor. Um, the European pennyroyal or true pennyroyal is similar to the American species in odor and uses. Do not confuse the two. It's a carminative, diaphoretic, immuno. It promotes mint stretching. Anyway, um, antispasmodic, mild sedative. There's another sedative. uh, sudorific, stimulant, aromatic oil, aromatic oil. There's about the oil. I'm sorry. Anti-emetic. Do not use in pregnancy. No, obviously. Antispasmodic and Rubrifacent. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce some of these words. So, uh, there. That's what it looks like there. It looks kind of pretty small there compared to that penny.
Where does it grow?
We're found in dry fields and open woods along the Atlantic coast and west to Minnesota and Nebraska. I'll post the links to all this stuff. So. And it can be made into a tea also. Fleas. It repels fleas. Also.
It chases them away.
Oh, wow. Cool. So,
put a bag in it near the pet's bed and
yeah.
Chase them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been looking for something like that. Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of natural insect repellents, and if you mix it up and put it in a bag, that's much better than poison.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, I want to know. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see, back in olden times, when abortion was illegal, it was used to induce abortion.
Wow. That's interesting.
But it says in some cases it resulted in hemorrhage and serious complications for the mother. So it's not. I wouldn't, would not use it for that. Because it's like it says, it could kill you if you don't know what you're doing. Like you said before, research this stuff before you, take it. So.
Yeah, the doses and everything, because a little bit can be good and too much can kill you.
I usually put a little bit on my skin first and rub it into my hand to see if I get any kind of reaction on my skin.
Good idea.
And then if it's something that you can eat, just put a little bit on the outside of your lips and then test on your outside of your lips that way.
Yes.
There's other sensitive areas that you can check before actually ingesting it, depending on what it is you're testing.
Right.
But
you would have a reaction. Your lip would probably swell up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think I'm going to try it for mosquitoes because I've done everything and we've got the worst mosquitoes. It's been downpouring rain all day today.
Oh, man.
And we just can't catch a break. It's just floods, continuous floods in the whole state's just under.
Is that normal?
Yeah, well, yes and no. It's a little bit higher than last year was ridiculous. Was abnormal for Minnesota. This year is almost on par with last year's being a little bit unnatural, but we do get times where we do have a lot of rain. But we've gotten more than average, I think.
That's hurricane now, probably.
I always thought it was weird, like even in Canada and stuff, once things thawed out, the mosquitoes would be so thick.
Oh, yes.
I think it's the opposite. I mean, you'd think it would be here that they.
Only when it gets cold enough. Then they go to sleep, but then once it warms up, they wake right back up again.
Yeah, but they're like worse than down here. I mean, I've seen documentaries or on TV about it.
I think so. I think the Northwoods are the absolute worst place. That's why I hightailed it out of there. I went up there boondocking and said, what the hell was I kidding myself? I can't do this. I turned around and came back down to the southern part of the state and said, I'll just stick with the bluffs. Forget the forest. I have some wood, some forest, but the mosquitoes that go with it are just insane, unnatural.
Can imagine.
I mean, it's hard on the animals. You have to protect your horses and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think Texas has less mosquitoes than Minnesota.
Yeah,
by far.
because like if I go into the middle of my field, there's just none. But if you're near the creek, but even the creek
That's
is running,
like
so they can't
like
get
here, yeah. I went down to the
to
for a
spots.
walk yesterday and went down by the creek. Yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah, they bit me on the face and stuff. So,
Oh, that's
yay!
not. Don't have
Oh
any at the
man,
moment in UK. No
Well, I'll let you
mosquito.
know. Yeah.
that's fortunate. Yes, that's very fortunate. Yes.
Yeah. We have flying
Oh
ants,
man,
mind you.
it's very annoying.
Well, I get 3 or 4 bites on my legs every day, and then I'm
Oh
right
no.
now. I look up and there's a freaking can of spray that's been sitting there for three
Mm.
months, and I'm like, why didn't I notice?
Yeah, I'll try this Pennyroyal for mosquito repellent for next year and let y'all know how it works because lemon balm and
Yeah.
citronella, I mean, these things drink that
Right.
stuff. They're like Kool-Aid,
Yes.
yay!
Yes.
This shit
Yes.
don't repel the mosquitoes at all, but maybe Pennyroyal is something I could
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
at instead because they're immune to the majority of the shit, and this is something that isn't being used to kill mosquitoes
Exactly.
currently
Right.
anyway.
What
So
about
maybe I'll
Mm.
take.
Pennyroyal, did you say?
Yeah,
Pennyroyal.
Pennyroyal. Yes.
yeah, that's what she was. The last herb she had on was
Yeah.
Pennyroyal, right?
And
It's
I
called
spent
some mint and a few other
There's
things.
there's some native to Europe also. So you can look into
a
them over there, y'all.
different type. Yeah, it's
Uh,
almost like a cactus type. I mean, I think it grows like cracks the sidewalks and stuff.
yeah,
That's what
that's what I
they
was gonna
say.
say. It grows like looks like a vine and it vines that along the ground or
I mean, a
something there.
succulent type cactus.
Rebecca, are
Yes.
you putting any links on your page about what you're
Yeah,
reading?
yeah, I will here when I'm done. So,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Okay. Let's see. Got just a few more things
Yeah, because the
here.
second one and the fourth one are the two that I'm interested
Yeah,
in that you've
yeah.
done so far. I have
Okay.
to mark those ones.
Okay. Oh, this is it's part of I was talking about also the how to make emergency shelter if you have to
Yeah,
make it. Makeshift tent. You can make it about anything. You can make a tent about anything. So
Yeah, that's good. I got stuff like that. Yeah,
oh yeah. See there,
I went and
tie
bought more.
yeah, tie the two
Yeah.
trees between two trees
Yeah,
and stuff. If you don't have these
brilliant.
materials, you won't be able to make the tent. But anyway, you may find a good location, obviously, where you can lay comfortably. Um,
Yeah, it
uh,
reminds me of that movie I saw. I can't mention it on air, but it's a good movie. How
yeah,
to survive on an island
yeah,
alone. That
yeah.
might be a hint.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of those shows.
Don't want to give
uh,
you any strikes on your
Survives.
channel.
is it
But
showing
it
this
is good
page?
to just think of like having maybe a hammock and some mosquito netting
Yeah,
because that's real lightweight
Yes,
and at
definitely.
least
a bug
you
out bag.
yeah, at least you can sleep without getting bugs.
Well, there was this bag to get various things. I saw someone had a similar what you're talking about, and I went on their channel and had a whole list of things. But I picked out the ones I already got, stuff I got, and then another bag would a great big long like hold all bag just in case it all goes crazy. You never know.
Yeah,
And where it would fit like a hammock and like a roll-out thing. I wouldn't know how to use it though, but because what gets me on this point is again, those are have no mobility, limited mobility. How will
I'm
they cope?
limited mobility too. I have a wheelchair and a walker,
So,
and
so how would are you able to transfer on your own, if you don't mind me
yes,
asking?
yes.
I'm not in that position.
Okay.
So, I have a lot of medical equipment, which is a pain. So the idea of to do all these things, out in the wild or out in a survival aspect would be extremely challenging. So that's the kind of thing I'm researching about how to do that without the electrical medical equipment.
yeah,
You'd have
definitely.
to
So
have physical people willing and able to do
that's
it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to build a group of friends.
You're
It'd be the
you're
best.
more likely to work on community aspect of
That's it.
survival.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's oh
That's why you have to have something of value to trade, like seeds or toilet paper.
yes. Yeah.
You know, toilet paper might be valuable in a situation like that, especially for girls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we do have a plant down here we use for that.
Well, my
Too much
girlfriend found out what poison ivy was the wrong way.
Yeah, you don't want to use the wrong one. And yeah, we have stinging nettles, so yeah, you'd be in trouble if you grab
Oh,
Oh
that.
yeah.
that's my asthma
You
medicine
set
right
on
there.
fire. We
Don't
found
leave.
out turpentine gets rid of the pain though, because stinging
That's
nettles
good to
are
know.
brutal.
Yes,
You
they
just
are.
barely brush up against it.
Oh, look at that.
This just type of plant that grows in the cow field, and if you just barely bump against it, you're just hurt. It's like tons of little spikes, and you're just burning on fire.
Isn't it crazy that works for asthma?
What?
Stinging nettle.
Yeah, I was thinking that there is some really poisonous plants, but yet they do have medical
Just wonder how you would process that without freaking hurting yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
gloves, you would think it would go through gloves. You would think that you wouldn't really be able to handle it and pick it and cut it down and process it the way they do.
And then
That's
yeah,
a
and poison ivy's super bad, and it's all around. I mean, I'm surprised I don't get it more often than I mean, I've only gotten really bad once, and I got it from the cat. But that's the cat rubbing on the bushes and stuff. But, yeah, but yeah,
I
some
like
people really.
there's a type of option for limited mobility is shelter that's underground and not like up in something.
Yes. Good
Yes.
one. Yes.
There's one right there, yeah.
That's a good one right there, a below ground shelter. That would be something
Yeah.
somebody with limited mobility, because this person right here could be a wheelchair person
Definitely.
and not, you
Yeah.
can't
Well,
tell.
you have
Yes.
to be able to get in and out of your wheelchair.
Yes.
You'd almost want like a scooter board
Yeah.
for the ground.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
wheels, like high terrain wheels, an outfitted scooter board
Yeah.
Yeah.
with those
That
wheels
would
that
be
they use
very
on those new
nice.
wheelchairs, on the
Yeah.
electric
Yeah.
wheelchairs that can go all terrain.
Well, if you had a
Oh, yeah.
wheelchair that could convert to a bed and then go back up to a
Yeah.
chair,
So
There
you
are
Oh,
can,
yeah. That would be
oh,
cool.
and then have a
Mark,
frame that or a tent for it.
Or here's
there are
another one.
market already, but they're for people that can afford to buy those version of
yeah, they're
will.
like $4,000 and
Oh, yeah.
$5,000 on the cheap scale.
Yeah.
I have a medical loan one, which is electrical one, and on the in UK when it snows or icy, it's impossible to use outside because it's so dangerous. And yeah, you're right. I love to have the version with the wheels that can tolerate the terrain you just mentioned, and to go further to get it adapted. But in UK, the way the NHS system is, you can't have that unless you get assessed that you need it, So the
Yeah,
cuts going on there, unless you can afford it privately, that's out the question. So unfortunately, unless there's that you win the lottery or something, you can buy one.
yeah, they're very expensive. It's all the way around highway robbery. Because what a disadvantage,
Yeah. It's like
Yes.
it's like a lot of people feel. I mean, I don't know what anybody else. For me, it's like you feel isolated in your home because the lack of transport, affordable transport, taxis in the UK, it's just skyrocketing, and it's meant to be more accessible, various socially as well as generally, but it's not. It's like yesterday I wanted to have a cheated and I wanted to have a takeaway, a healthy takeaway, and to sort of having a cooked meal all the time, and I couldn't even get into the access to the building. Simple things like that, you know, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, that type of stuff prevents me from going places. I just don't even bother. I get
Yeah.
too frustrated because it's not accessible. It's not easy. It's taxing and physically draining and emotionally stifling. It just sucks.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I just say fuck it and don't go.
Yeah. You sound like me. Yeah. Yeah.
You get an attitude after a while when you've done it for so long. You run out of the energy or the willpower desire to even bother.
It is hard. Yeah. It is hard. Challenging. Yeah. Absolutely.
Even certain stores, just going to the grocery store. My husband and I went to this special little candy store, Minnesota attraction. It was ridiculous. We could barely get through there. It wasn't wide enough for a wheelchair. And then the people try to push you along so fast, you can't
Yeah.
actually shop because you can't get or see or anything because you're constricted to this tiny little aisle. And you
Yes.
have to sit and turn side to side constantly to see both sides of the aisle. And at the end of the aisle, you got damn vertigo. It's like, fuck it, let's just go home.
Yeah.
I'll buy it
Yeah.
online. I can't even
Yeah.
see this stuff for sale. It's down. I'm sitting down in this chair too low. The shit's
Yes.
not. I mean, only thing at my eye level right now is the shit they're marketing to the children. So I know what
Yeah.
they're looking at.
Yeah.
I hate
And I
stores.
find, luckily, I build a rapport with the people that work in the place where I go, and they help, you know, and it's very rare that I particularly pick places that they know me and they kindly help go out their way, and it's rare to find and that helpful, you know, service, and so without that, I don't know how I'll cope. But you're right, because on the on shopping online bit, I'm gonna have to do more of when the weather even gets worse, you know, the winter time, and or my health deteriorates. You know, it's learning to do that's going to be a challenge. But the cost in UK to order online, they have a minimal amount of about £40, which is like, you know. Yeah, and big stores, you know, and then again, you don't know if you're going to get to your own foods and stuff amongst all what you need, you know. So even the local markets today, I got some healthy stuff, but I got them home and half of them had to be chucked because they were like rotted through the core. These were fruit items, and I couldn't believe it. So it's just like it's very, very frustrating when you're trying to do things healthily, whether it's herbs, remedies, supplements are easier, but you need to save to get them. And luckily, I try and get a deal where they get like buy one get one free, or buy one get one half price, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So
I think it helps to go seasonal for what is local in your area and what is the cheapest alternative. There's other things that for Oleus marigolds, for example, there are other things out there that I could purchase in supplement form or in other herbs, which may be 3 to 4 times the amount. Marigolds are they're like the generic version, you know, because it's something that I can do myself. It's very cheap. It doesn't take nothing but a pot of dirt water and a sunny window ledge, and it's something that I can have every month.
yeah,
But now, being that, I couldn't depend on just tea for everything. Some things it's not gonna touch the pain for, I'd have to, like, who knows, drink 50 cups of tea in order to get the benefit,
yeah,
I mean, and
yeah,
so
Me
there's
that.
I do take mainstream medication. I'm also on medication. I take medication for lupus, and I didn't know. I've always been an organic my whole life, and everything I've tried, nothing worked. I was just getting sicker and sicker, and I was at a point where I had no choice. I had to have mainstream medical intervention or I was going to die. I didn't have a choice. It was frustrating for me. It went against my moral code. It was something I'm not real comfortable talking about. I don't like to tell people that I'm on medication. They're like, you? I mean, the people that know me personally, they're like, oh my God, I don't believe it. What the hell is hell frozen over? I don't believe you take medicine for lupus. I thought you said you were never going to, and I did say that. I did say I'm never going to. But when you have a fever every day for a couple years straight and your like brain's cooking inside your head, you're fucking dying, you know. Your kidneys are swelling, everything's toxic. You can't detoxify no matter how many liver cleanses you do. You're sick as fuck. You got to do something. And I broke. I got to my breaking point, and I went to the doctor, and I took mainstream medication. And I didn't know at the time when I started it I was going to become addicted to it. I didn't know. And now, if I don't take it, I'm more sick than I was before I even started taking it. Maybe I'm not more sick, but I'm in more physical discomfort, and it feels 10 times worse. It's just insane. And then I'll go back on it, and then all the symptoms will go away, and I'll get back, and I'll get my life back again. And so I sit at a crossroads whether do I take the medicine and not leave my house and just wallow and cry and misery and pain and can't even get out of bed without somebody fucking picking me up and helping me get into my freaking chair. I mean, is it going to be that, or am I just going to swallow my pride, admit that maybe there is something to some of these medications that are helpful, and just give it a shot and see if it works? Because I was at, what do I do? Crossroads. I had to decide. I went on medication for lupus, and it put my ass in remission. And my hair grew back. I lost my hair, everything. I got sick, like cancer sick. My hair fell out, everything. I got bad. And then this lupus medication, well, also they did DNA testing on me first to see, because I'm allergic to so many things. And they did this genome sequencing thing, I don't know what exactly it's called, to see what medications work to treat this individual. So the medications that I take were designed or instruments specifically cocktailed just for my ability to even digest the medicine. So I came out with like 50,000. She puts me on vitamin D3 for bone pain.
I'll take that.
I take 50,000 IUs of vitamin D every day.
Wow.
And I get vitamin 12 injections. I mean, so it wasn't just, here's some pills, get good luck, you know. I've got the benefit of going through the pain clinic and had years of experience of managing chronic disability and pain. So I'm in my mid-40s, and I've been dealing with this for well over 30 years. So.
Yeah, it's finding your personal balance, isn't it? And with the natural herbs and remedies with the mainstream medication, and everyone's circumstances are different, aren't they? So it's thanks for sharing for that. You don't have to speak about your personal circumstances, obviously. But,
that's okay. I hope it helps somebody else, because I had a really negative attitude about medications my entire life. And my oldest daughter has cerebral palsy, and they wanted to put her on an antispasmodic and Flexerol and all kinds of muscle relaxers as a child. And I said, no, you're not giving my kid fucking muscle relaxers. This kid's going to go in the swimming pool. You just never mind your business.
My son had MMR injection when he was a young boy years ago, and we were part of the class action in UK to sue, but that Wakefield guy who's now in America, he was our lead medical expert, and then suddenly he got discredited by the press, and our funding got pulled, and a high court case with other families got pulled, and but now as an adult he's lived with the autism, and he's now expecting his first child with his wife. So it took me a battle to take on the powers that be, you know, education wise, and me a learning curve to cope with him with his autism and spectrum disorders. I mean, I went through I set out campaign groups to help other people as well, and that was going back in the late 90s, so quite a while ago now. But with that movie, that's excellent movie, and what he's doing now in America, Dr. Wakefield, and it's absolutely paramount, because I've been trying to get the message to my son and not to get, his kids
Vaccinated, right?
yeah. And if I'd known what I know now, things would be different, but everyone's different. Everyone's got their own, like you say about research and things. But my daughter had a slight spectrum, but it wasn't as bad as my son's. So, yeah, I think that topic's going to be another day about vaccines. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think that one's for tomorrow.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just the mainstream medical companies, the big pharma, the corporations are out there just to make a buck or two, and they don't give a monkeys about how it's affecting our health. So that's where I come from, anyway.
Yeah, my son was injured from vaccines when he had to have him to go into pre-K. It caused a seizure, and then he had asthma, and it took
It's
for
very
5 years, and then the asthma finally went away. It's weird. He developed a reaction to laundry soap, like softener, like real strong smelling.
Me too. I can't do any of those smells. It causes me asthma.
Yeah, it kicks off. Yeah, so we just stay away from it.
Axe cologne is one of the worst offenders for me. I swear to God, I want to freaking kill the maker of that shit. And let every men, if you're out there and you're listening, Axe chops off the freaking head of the woman you're trying to impress. No Axe cologne, guys. Get rid of it. Don't buy it anymore. You don't smell good. You all stink. Don't wear Axe. Killing girls, choking girls out everywhere. Axe cologne. And then the guy in the Axe and gets in the elevator. I've got to get off the elevator as soon as the door opens and I smell him getting in. I will step out of the elevator and wait and get back in the elevator after they're out, and you can still smell them in there.
Like I said on here, there's natural things you can use for fragrances. So use them, guys.
Lemongrass.
Yeah, sandalwood smells good.
The only problem in my area in the health food shop, they're like, for the natural perfumes and they smell beautiful, but they're so expensive. Not as expensive as the mainstream perfumes, all the labels, the top range, but I'd rather go for these supplements and the natural herbs myself, and I just get by. I'm lucky I don't my hygiene I'm very conscious. I've always been into natural remedies before I got run over, so that's why I'm disabled. I got injured, and I was always into fitness and health and sports and everything you can think of that way, and suddenly it all changed. So you can imagine how it affects the mind and the body, the complete change. And then I went on that, like you just said, the downward spiral, heel, like give up kind of thing. You go through merry-go-round, and then you sort of like, no, you come out trying to do research, and then you can't do research because your health isn't brilliant that day. But it's just like trying air every day is a challenge.
It sure makes us appreciate each individual day for what it is, because it's so new and over again at the same time.
So that villages would be better. It would be better to have villages because we could help people.
Yeah. It's a shame because it's where I am. I mean, I don't know what it's like your areas in the US, but in certain parts, well, especially in town areas and cities, they're so like me people these days, and it's like very self-centered, and it's less orientated. Less, all those don't have a whatever illness, disabilities there are. People keep quiet about about it. It's a personal thing, but then again, there's meant to be inclusion, there's meant to be equality, there's meant to be this that, and the other, and but unfortunately it's not. So we have to research our information ourselves, and that's what I chose to do and to go on this journey. And that's when I started learning other things about health and natural and remedies and what Rebecca's talking about today. So yeah.
But yeah, society's not set up to help the, you know, the least or the, you know, weak or whatever. They just
Well, they're really
want
hoping we all die, is really what it
strong.
is. They're trying to kill us off. This is the
Yeah,
depopulation agenda.
that's
And
it.
they're disappointed that we're not dying fast enough.
Well,
They're
that's
helping it
That's
along by
true.
that's to
constantly
get
dumping shit
depressed.
on us.
Get
Sorry.
depressed and your health goes down.
This is why they hand me antidepressants when I walk into a doctor's office. They don't realize this is just my sense of humor. I'm not depressed. I'm just a realist.
Oh my God.
When I go in, they take me to the magic marshmallow room. But that's
I
no
want to
story.
go to that room. Why can't I go to that one? I need a new doctor. Yep. So, do you have
Sorry.
other herbs on your list today, Becky?
Oh no, I'm doing like maybe 6 a show, something like that. So,
Okay.
I have cattails real close by, and I know there's a bunch of stuff you can do with those.
They just sprayed my cattails with a helicopter. I was talking to
man.
K9 about it. Yeah. I have no idea. I've never seen a helicopter crop dust type spray
My
before.
God.
But now they're using helicopters over here where I'm at in this location currently.
Mm.
And they sprayed over the marsh and right over the cattails, and we were out there. We're like, what the fuck is this? We couldn't. We were shocked. We went and got back in the car, and we just sat there. I tried to record it, but my phone's a piece of crap.
Damn it. Not mine. I have a problem with mine. It's all HD. I can't switch it from HD. And when I make a video to cats or something, and it's only like a minute long or 2, it takes like an hour and a half to upload it on my phone.
Oh yes.
So yeah, that sucks.
What? I might be ignorant here, but what is a cat? Did you say cat's tail?
Too.
Looks like
Sorry.
a hot dog on a stick.
Ain't that what they call
It's just a weed.
pillows too?
No, the
Or is it
cattail
different?
is just like a hot dog on a stick.
Oh, okay. Sorry, wrong plant. Sorry.
Yeah, they're related and they grow out of lakes and lily
Yeah, we used to
pads
have
and
them over
rocks
here.
and
Yeah, my
kind
neighbor
of
just cut them back. So,
But
yeah.
there was a whole bunch of uses for them, and I
Yeah.
would have imagined that there would have been any uses
I think I
for
done
them.
a post on them. Oh gosh, about a month or so ago. But yeah, you can make all kinds of things with them. You
the
can use it for
inside
a
can
torch.
be
Like
turned
you
into
can use it for
flour.
torch and stuff.
You can use it for a torch also. I do remember
that was
that.
it.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be
Yeah,
used as a flour. That's what like fry bread
Yeah.
and stuff like that would have probably been made out of flour from cattails.
Yeah.
The inside
Yeah.
can be powdered.
Yeah, you can make a flour out of acorns.
True.
Yes.
If you
You gotta soak the tannins or whatever out of those. They are poisonous. Unless you soak them like 24 hours.
Yeah, because we have a guy in the neighborhood that does the Civil War reenactments, and yeah, he was making flour out of the acorns.
Cool.
Like some years you get better crops of acorns than others.
Yeah.
Seems to come in like 10-year cycles. And
Yeah, I have a lot of black walnuts around me. Last year I
Here too. Yes.
harvested a very, very, very small amount of them, only because I just didn't have it in me to go collecting.
oh my God.
But yeah, I was thinking I'm hoping that I'm up for it.
Yeah,
Here
my
this fall to go collecting.
husband loves walnuts because he's a Yankee. He's from Boston area.
Love, love, love black walnuts.
I'm
So
more of a pecan person because
Oh,
down
yeah.
here we have pecans.
yes, you guys are the pecan. That would be your eating for your area.
Yeah.
I'm
I
actually
need
eating
a
walnuts right now.
I
That's
had a whole
frustrating.
bunch of
I eat
nuts.
walnuts. I've got no teeth left.
Oh,
Oh,
but
damn it.
you make a smoothie out of them.
Well, actually, I heard there's a recipe
Milkshake
that
or
you can have.
something.
Yeah,
And
I
you still
need
get
one
the
of the
nutrition.
thing you can crush the
Just a
nuts with.
blender or something.
Sorry for a cat, what was that?
You just need a blender.
Yeah, I got one. Yep, all sorted.
Well, the boys do well, because they're bodybuilders, but I
All right.
use it instead of meals. But it's the whey protein with milk and ice, and then you put a banana and peanut butter, and
That
it's
sounds lovely.
chocolate flavored, but it's real healthy for you.
That sounds lovely recipe.
But you
I'm
use
always
instead of
trying different things. Yeah.
I use bananas, I mash them, and I use them in place of anything that I bake for oil. You can use it as an oil
oh,
and as a sugar substitute.
Yeah.
Add
Oh,
any, you could use applesauce, pureed pumpkin, whatever, sweet potatoes. Um, but banana is really sweet and perfect. And I like to mix banana with just a couple eggs and
uh-huh.
fry it into a pancake.
that's
Oh,
a
A
that
good idea.
sounds
flawless
good.
gluten-free pancake. It's basically just 2 eggs and 1 mashed banana.
Yeah, because
Wow.
down here there's a lot of dishes with the plantain bananas and stuff in
Plantain.
Mexican restaurants.
Oh yeah. Do those taste? I've never had those. Do they taste like bananas?
Yeah, they're kind of
Mhm.
more sour, or I don't know. It's hard to.
Yeah.
I walk past them in the grocery store frequently, and I never break down and buy one.
Well, they mix it with like mozzarella cheese and the banana, and they make it into a ball and then fry it up. But yeah, there's a
Hmm.
bunch of.
Yeah, I read an article that you're supposed to eat 2 or 3 bananas a day.
Oh, that many? I
Yeah, I
always make
couldn't
sure.
do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
But yeah,
I had a banana smoothie with strawberries and oranges, and bottled them up in the fridge. So that's meant to be my vitamin C as well in a smoothie. So who knows if it's going to work? Mind you, it gives me a bit of an energy boost. I found. So that's the kind of recipe I'll stick to at the moment. I haven't tried anything yet, anything unusual apart from what I used to. Apart from the green smoothie, which looks disgusting, but once you get used to the taste, if you put too much ginger root in this particular smoothie I used, trying to the vitamin K and get the minerals in, that it's a very bitter taste. So you have more pineapple, sweeten it up a bit, but you have to blend it really well to get rid of the bits of the parsley with the coriander herbs.
Yummy. That
that's good
sounds good.
to have raw ginger.
Yeah, and also if I found this ages ago, and this helps. I mean, I've not had a cold, touch wood, so far for a long time, but because I've run out of all the herbs, I'm getting all this waking up with the symptoms of the flu and cold. But I know what it is. It's the weather above. And that is thinly sliced lemons, of a lemon, with thinly sliced, very thin, ginger root, sliced, of course, and then natural organic honey. You put it in the fridge in a glass, obviously a jar, overnight, and then just take out a couple of slices and the juice mangled, mixed together with hot water and cold mix, and then you just drink 3 cups of that when you wake up, and it's amazing what it does to the body. I'll tell you, it just clears the sinuses and the head, and gives you that lift. It's just works a treat.
Yeah, that's good to know with winter. Oh, well, fall and winter coming up.
Yeah, but it's hard to. I mean, I don't know what to do for winter because obviously the market they don't have the items there. Then you'll just have to think of something else, you know. Then I think I might just get the drops. There's a certain herb I can't remember. I've run out of it, but the bottle of the drops are quite expensive. So I might get a couple of them in before the winter season sets in, and just in case, so you can just put the drops in your drink and get it in that way. As if one can't get the ginger
Yes.
root, you know, fresh. So it's just finding ways around it, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Or if there's a way to store it or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, then it costs.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, it's been almost an hour and a half, so well, like an hour 50. So I'll go ahead and end the live. If anybody wants to join off air, just let me know. I'll send the link out there. So we'll see y'all. I don't think I have another one scheduled. What's today? Tuesday. Make sure to catch out Mr. Grimm's show. Yes. See, tomorrow it's. Do y'all remember what time it was? Let me check my events, and I will let you know for
I
sure.
want to say 6, but I'm not sure.
It's Pacific time, so um, damn it, there it goes. Just give me 1 second here. Well, there we go. It's tomorrow at 7 p.m. I guess it's it'll at 7 p.m. Eastern time, my time, but uh, so make sure you check that out, y'all. Vaccines, I believe they're going to do it by state, the legislations and all that stuff. So yeah, be a good show, y'all.
Very important.
Yeah.
Yes, very. So yes, check that out, y'all. Well, we'll see y'all next time. Maybe I'll have one Thursday or Friday, something like that. We'll see. Um, play it by ear, I guess. So, see ya. Peace, love, help each other.
Bye. Take
Bye,
care.
Much love
everybody.
to everybody.
Nice
So
chat.
peace.
Much love.
Bye.